Hey Capricorn, I'm going to jump straight in so it wants to come out for you guys. First card out, we've got the Fool. New beginning. This is a very liberating energy. This is like a cycle has ended. A cycle that you had assumed would have ended many decades ago. It's like every year being like, this is the year, this is the year. It can't be any worse. It can't get any worse. It can't be any longer. Delays, isolation, frustration, many initiations. This is the end of a very, very harsh era of pain, of poverty, of grief, of having to continuously overcome and have like this triumphant energy. Stamina like you could never have anticipated, having to cultivate. 10 of Pentacles. You're a completely different person you're a completely different person walking out of the fire than you was walking in it. The Queen of Wands. It's time to drop the weight. It's time to kick back and enjoy life, have fun. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of spontaneity in the present moment because of the change you've broken free from. This is blasting through generational patterns, through ancestral traumas, 9 of Cups, through past life fears. This is clearing all blocks. This is a liberation. This is a limitless energy that you have. You've like unblocked yourself, so to speak, energetically, through continuous hardship. 7 of Swords, the High Priestess. This is really choosing to invest time in facing everything that needs facing, and doing the thing that needs to be done, the difficult thing, the very thing you don't want to do, the very thing you don't want to face. This is investing time alone to really, get to know yourself, understand what is blocking you. That thing of no matter how many actions you take, no matter how many steps you take, that the outcome isn't about the effort you put in necessarily, in terms of, take action, but intentional action. Align yourself. There's a reason why people that work 5, 6, 7 days a week, grinding all day, are still in a state of poverty. 9 of Pentacles. This is really understanding, the inner and outer workings of things, and rising to meet your creation through that journey of self. 9 of Pentacles. This is such an abundant energy, celebration. I'm hearing like fireworks. It's like carnival energy. This is liberation, celebration, abundance. You've had so much grace throughout this journey, and still, even those that have hurt you, in terms of those that you relate to as family, it's like coming to this place where being at a point where you would walk away, where you'd give up on people, where you would you could never forgive certain actions, your whole your relationships being built on some kind of illusion, some kind of front from others. There's been heartbreaking situations where, for you to choose yourself and to walk off into the sunset, and leave your loved ones behind. This is getting to a place where, with the grief, with the pain, with the heartbreak, with the hurt, with being let down, the disappointment, through all stages of your life, it's working through those emotions and then saying, okay, now we're still going to just do what we was going to do anyway, for the same reasons. Those that have let you down, you're still bringing up. And this isn't necessarily because of, this isn't people pleasing, this isn't from a place of people pleasing. This is from a place of unconditional love and a genuine desire to create certain experiences for those that you love, regardless of their humanness. Judgment, Ace of Cups. And this isn't from a place of self-sacrifice. This is from a place of doing what's right for you. This isn't from a place of being, you know, a mug or being lost in illusion or deceit. This is seeing things for exactly as they are, seeing things very clearly. Split the deck, the Sun, the Six of Pentacles. But this is, you know, forgiveness in the way of liberating multiple generations, you know. This is understanding things from a higher perspective. It's bigger than you. It's almost like taking yourself out of your human. And regardless of what comes your way, refusing for it to mess up the plan, refusing for it to deter you from building what you was building with the intentions you were building it with. It's not about them. It never really was. You know, that thing of unconditional love, that people aren't deserving of things, people aren't deserving of, you know, your efforts based on what they do for you, based on their level of awareness or consciousness even. And this isn't from a place of receiving disrespect. This isn't even from a place of necessarily spending time with certain energies. But this is from a place of doing right by everyone, the highest good for all, of all, and moving true to your values regardless of how anyone else chooses to treat you. That thing of how others choose to treat you, that is a reflection of them. This is what brings you peace, you know, and leave karma to do its business. And with this detachment, with this grace, with this unconditional love, a waterfall of abundance is pouring into your life. Strength, past energy. Yeah, it's like really wanting to revenge, wanting to run away, wanting, you know, that fight, flight kind of thing. King of Wands, this is having to sit through the uncomfortable, having to face it, not being able to run, because really running from it is running from yourself in terms of those closest to us, triggering the things. If we wasn't triggered, we couldn't heal, you know, if things didn't come to the surface, we couldn't heal those things. This is an end to blame. This is really you mastering things and taking complete responsibility and accountability for the words you speak, that thing of be impeccable with your word, the words you speak, the actions you take, the way you treat people and the decisions you make, the intention behind that, you know. Just because somebody spoke to you poorly one day doesn't mean you're not gonna pursue the thing that's gonna bring them joy in the future. This is a different kind of level of integrity, and not from a place of weakness, from a place of love, from a place of strength. 10 of Cups. You're like the emotional fulfillment off the back of this emotional and spiritual growth, the blessings coming in, you know. Worth every drop of discipline, worth every drop of detachment, of dedication. Death, flying out, boom, on the King of Wands. Guys, I haven't even got mics right now, let alone another camera to be showing you all the different angles. That thing coming through from the Cruella film. What's the angle? Even that, yeah. What's coming through with this? And Death just flew out straight on King of Wands, like this. Like, there's a knowing you can't trust certain individuals that you're that you want to care for, that you want to share with. And it's like, FYI, that knowing's not to try and change anyone, but it's like that kind of ducking and diving Del Boy kind of energy, like that thing of like, what's the angle, like wanting to do things by the book, wanting to, you know, create anything you create, but being that kind of purity. This is having to keep certain moves to yourself, certain things to yourself, certain books to yourself, certain things, whatever. But it's like, not from a place of secrecy, not from a place of fear, not from a place of projecting that someone can't be trusted, but just from, it's like, from the information you've received. FYI, you know, and it may not even be seeing it really from that place of, it may not even be anyone's fault, but like unconsciously, you know, somebody's gonna do this or change that or try and get a cheaper deal on this, and it's not going to be, you know, up to par or whatever it is. Like, there's something about really just keeping things to yourself, knowing who is who, but still moving from that place of, in that place of grace of, like, you know, equality of we are all one, no one's higher than the other, but we're all different, and really implementing things in terms of business in a way to protect what you're creating, what you're doing, and who you are, and where it's going, and still do it in a way where it's for the highest good of all. Because it's like the things that you'd be dealing with that maybe you are guided not to share with others, it's like, it wouldn't be something they're missing out on, it'd be something that's a headache or something that's going to take the joy out of it. It's like it just works out. It's not like you've got to be calculated with things. You've seen what you've seen, you know what you know, masks have dropped from a place of non-judgment, but just FYI, moving forward, you know what you need to do, and what you need to protect to prevent going back to where you started. I'm seeing that snakes and ladders, you know, split the deck, the high priestess, getting to the top, then boom, back to the down on the bottom of the ladder. We've got the Queen of Swords, foundational factors. Yeah, even just understanding that the opportunities coming in, the level of what you're creating wouldn't even be possible if you wasn't who you are and who you've become through this journey, you know. It's like not everyone has the skill to lead. Not everyone has the skill to be trusted or to be honest or to build something on a foundation of integrity, honesty, love, and good, you know, intent, whatever that means to you. And not everybody can do that and then, you know, not be their own downfall in terms of when you're hurt, you make decisions based off that emotional reactivity. This has been the downfall of previous generations. There's been loss, there's been lack, loss of homes, loss of physical things, money, poverty, maybe gambling, addictions, a fight to hold on, a fight for more, being in lack, so then kind of festering in greed. This has ended with you. This has ended with you. Temperance, Four of Pentacles, covering strength, King of Wands, death, Five of Pentacles, and Temperance. The Sun. What I'm hearing is that we're coming out. I don't know what football's got to do with anything. Sun and, is it football? Sun and the Six of Pentacles. This is like Gringotts kind of energy, you know. This is like walking with the whole team and all the wisdom and all the wonder, you know, and all the info. This is realizing that you've never been alone, and never been in lack, and never been out of love a day in your life. When you're connected, when you come back to self, back to your light. This is Wheel of Fortune on that. Yeah, jackpot, guys. This is not just like a little slow upgrade of like things gently getting better. Yeah, the energy's getting lighter, you can feel things shifting, but something's coming in where it's like gonna knock your socks off, right? The Sun, Wheel of Fortune. This is something you prayed for when you least expect it. You know, you're just focusing on yourself, chilling, resting, healing, kind of in a bit of a nonchalant mood. Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, Temperance. You know, just focusing on yourself, healing, focusing on, you know, quite humble matters. You know, the heart and the home. Chariot, Hierophant. Guys, yes, this is a huge surprise in the form of a gift, or it's like it's a gift. It's the energy of a gift, whether it's a physical gift, an opportunity that comes in, something that's so sentimental, so synchronistic. This is going to be something that you will protect to the point you may not even tell one person. And this is going to surprise you, because this is going to be like an automatic feeling of like, no, I actually just feel to keep this to myself. And this is something that you would have shouted from the rooftops. Yeah, Nine of Cups. This is something you want to tell everyone about, expect everyone to celebrate. And there is a little bit of grief where it's like, that it's not that, but wow, what a breakthrough. And not having this outside projection by keeping certain things to yourself at this time is going to make the world a difference moving forward. This isn't keeping things to yourself forever. People will see things as they unfold, and you'll know when it's the right time to share and with who. But there's definitely a moment here of you keeping something to yourself to just, you know, take a minute, breathe it in, process. You know, and maybe even take the first few actions. Take a minute, take a while to you know, to really nurture the blessing before kind of putting it on a billboard. The Star, the King of Cups. You know, coming back to the intention. It's like, yeah, celebrate. But remember who you're, remember the illusions that have shattered. You know, there's lots of changes coming up, traveling's coming up here, and this feels like not just like a little, you know, down the road kind of travelling. This feels like travelling, catching a flight. All of a sudden it's just very passionate energy. Two of Cups, Emperor, Two of Wands, and it's like all systems go. Your intentions have changed. Your intentions have changed because of things that have been brought to your awareness. Maybe being loyal to the wrong people, maybe being loyal in the wrong ways, maybe thinking something was helping because you thought it was one thing, then it being revealed to you, actually the dynamic's actually this, or this is the root of the problem. So therefore, this is a better approach to take. This is understanding that every approach that has been taken was necessary to get to the next approach. So not to feel like you've wasted your time, but yeah, it's time to adjust and adapt. It's time to shift the approach. You know, it's the next phase. It's not that you've been doing something wrong the whole time. What you've been doing the whole time got you here. 222. Because there's this energy of disappointment, this energy of like, is this a joke? Like, fighting to do it this way, fighting to do it that way. Like, every way's been wrong, but every way's been right. it's got you here, and this is exactly where you needed to be. The Chariot covering the Nine of Pentacles. You know, there's a lot of inner conflict here, Five of Wands, in terms of something must be going wrong because it's not going how you planned. Again, that thing of when we make plans, God laughs. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. Things are going exactly as you planned, and you're going to the exact destination you wanted to go to, just not in the way you planned to get there. Trust you're going on a more scenic route. You're about to receive a message, you're about to receive communication from somebody that's going to put your mind at rest. About what? You've been very anxious about something, sleepless nights, stressing, feeling uneasy, feeling very ungrounded, and working hard to distract yourself from whatever this thing is, this worry, this uncertainty, this confusion. The Star, Seven of Cups. This feels like burnout from isolation, from initiation after initiation. You know, like just being sore and burnt out in your human. And not wanting to think about that, so keeping busier, you know, being aware of the weight, being aware of the path, being aware of the intensity and the harshness of things. But not really. It's like having empathy for yourself to the point where it's like you cannot bear the fact of what you've been going through and how long you've been going through it. But there's no time to break down. You know, if you stop to see what you're going through, you couldn't keep going. And this is like, really, this is like, well, that's toxic, that's not ideal. Guys, this is coming through, this has been decades. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But right now, there's an opportunity for you to look up and look within and reflect, you know. It's like when you're fighting in the war, you don't even realise the bloodshed, you don't even realise what you've gone through until you're standing there, you know, looking over everything in the, you know, disgust and distraught of the disaster, of the bloodshed, of the loss, of the chaos. When you're in it and you're in that survival mode, it's like you don't even realise how much you've gone through. You know, you're not processing, you're not registering necessarily things for what they are. There's an opportunity for you to stop and look back at the damage, and that's going to be harsh, that's going to be heavy, you know, because it's like, yeah, you've been obliterated through this season, physically and mentally, emotionally, warrior energy. However, you're out the other side now. There's a time for healing, you know, but don't keep fighting just because of the fear of looking up, because it's going to be better to look up. There's a new beginning here, passionate new beginning, many breakthroughs. Hermit, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. It's a beautiful energy. Got renewal number 20. Review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause. Wise, theatrical, innovative, inspiring. Got the alligator on the back of the deck rolling with the punches, and then we've got the wild boar confrontation. And again, this is just going and 42 the bat, rebirth, attacking this transformation head on, you know, willingly, consciously, intentionally. Gonna leave it there, guys. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you soon. Sending so much love.